Hello everyone, just checking that it's all working. Yes, I think everything is working. So hello, my name is Dr. Shana Husseinova, PhD, and today I wanted to talk to you about the latest research on salesperson motivation. Now, motivation is a big topic. Essentially, it's the reason why we do things, right? So why did you get up in the morning? Why did you go to work, or why did you start your business? So the motivation is the reason behind our actions, essentially. So my own research looks at salesperson motivation and links to performance. So some couple of basic things. Motivation is broadly divided into intrinsic and extrinsic. So intrinsic motivation is when we do something that we really enjoy, we find it fun, enjoyable, interesting, or we find it really challenging, that pushes us out of the comfort zone and helps us develop. And there is extrinsic motivation, which we do things because we find it will make us some money, it will give us some external reward, be it tangible or intangible. Or in terms of intangible, it could be a recognition, so a pat on the back from supervisor, or becoming a star employee of the month or something like this. So we have intrinsic motivation, which is more internal, and we have extrinsic motivation, which is more external. So salesperson research says that salespeople who are intrinsically motivated, they will work smarter and, if need be, both smarter and harder. And intrinsic motivation will lead to high performance. So if I really enjoy what I do, if I find it intrinsically interesting and challenging, my performance will be better. So I'll close more deals, I'll be more efficient, I'll work smarter, and I will be more helpful towards customers. And that's all in comparison to if I'm only extrinsically motivated, which will help me to just be oriented to get the money and get recognition and other rewards, right? So there's this latest research that was just published in the Journal of Academy of Marketing Science that looked at motivation of salespeople. And it's interesting, what they found is that there is this idea of the sense of purpose, so contributing to something bigger and greater than ourselves. And the sense of purpose, that contribution to something bigger than oneself, is a great motivator for salespeople. So salespeople, in other words, do want to work where their work is meaningful and that it contributes to something more important than just the work itself, right? And so that sense of purpose then makes salespeople intrinsically motivated, which then contributes to fantastic performance. That's just a very simplified version of my take on the paper. And in this piece of research, the details can be found in the comments. And the authors, the researchers, they talk about a theory of motivation called self-determination theory. And it's where my own PhD project is actually based on. I've used the same theory, which says that we have three basic psychological needs. And our workplace, the company we work in, our team, so to speak, the external environment will either help us satisfy these needs, and which means help us get motivated, or it will really kill off or diminish those needs, and our motivation will go down. So first is need for relatedness. We all want to feel like we are part of our tribe, the group of like-minded people who we can relate to, who we feel like we're part of this team with the same ethic. So what you can do as a manager, as a leader in your business, is to create that environment that facilitates that need for relatedness. And I'm talking about creating opportunities for little coffee conversations in the kitchen, But it goes, of course, beyond that. It's about creating the culture where people feel like them and the organization are a good, the right fit. So second is a need for competence. So I observe this in young children. I have young children myself. And it's fascinating how there will be at this birthday party and everyone will be showcasing what they're capable of doing this, jumps or push-ups or these wheels and talking about how they're mastering this trick or the other or something else. And I thought to myself, wow, even as children, they have this need for competence. They need to showcase that they're good at one thing. And my son the other day, he just said something like, "Oh, this is my sport now, so I'll become a tennis player. So tennis will be my sport." So there we go. So we all need to have to feel like we have an area of expertise. So everyone wants to be, wants to feel like they are competent in processes, or they're competent or really professional and expert in the research or in coaching or leadership, whatever the area is. So make sure that you, as a manager, create space for your employees to feel, to really exercise the area of competence, their area of expertise. And final, third basic psychological need is need for autonomy. So in the sales context, that's probably one of the top needs that is met, pretty much by design of the sales work, because, okay, salespeople have their territory that they manage, and at the same time, they are pretty much similar to self-employed business people, because they would manage their own time and territory with obviously given training, product and service, trust, etc. They would represent the company in face of potential clients and customers, and they can put in a lot more effort or smart strategies or work and earn more money, or they can take it easy, relax, lay back, and earn less money, because with sales compensation, about on average, probably around 80% comes from commission, which is performance based, right? So if you're a manager, give as much autonomy to your employees as possible. And to do that, there must be trust. Trust must be present in the relationship, in the company, in your team. And trust can be, built over time, but there must be some trust to start with, right? There must be open communication, which is obviously important to nourish any efficient and effective relationship at work. There must be sufficient amount of training, both in terms of product and service, and in terms of personal professional growth, in terms of the soft skills and, just promoting and exercising that growth mindset. And if all of that in place and you're comfortable delegating as a leader yourself, so you must feel comfortable delegating and trusting your salespeople or your team, then autonomy will be automatically promoted, and that basic psychological need will be satisfied, which will lead to higher performance, higher motivation, which then will lead to higher performance. And this latest research on salesperson motivation, and it's titled as More Than Money, Establishing the Importance of a Sense of Purpose for Salespeople. So this latest research actually says that on top of these basic psychological needs, there is another massive need, very important contributor to motivation and performance, which is contributing to cause great in ourselves, so a sense of purpose. So what's your input in creating meaningful sense of purpose is like in your company, for your team, and for your employees? Do you emphasize that sense of purpose? And I think a lot of bigger companies, they're great at that. So immediately, example of Disney comes into my mind, where even people who are doing tidying up and cleaning and rubbish collection, they know very well to the bottom of their hearts that they're contributing to this amazing experience of the Disney park visitors by just creating that fun, that magical environment, which is clean and tidy. So, how are your efforts and how are your actions in terms of creating meaningful sense of purpose for your employees? So that's all from me for today. I hope you found it useful and interesting. Do comment, share the video, and just drop me a line to say hi. I'll be really happy to hear from you. Have a fantastic rest of the week. Bye bye now.